In this video, we're going to discuss the location tab of the EMENA database. You can reach the location tab when you're in a Heritage Resource E27 and click the location tab on the left hand of the screen. Often when creating a new record, we'll start with the location tab, which consists of a map, image, and a number of drop-down options relating to a site's location and topography. So to find a distinct location, you can either scroll manually using the map, or you can enter the latitude and longitude in decimal degrees only and click Add to Map, which will take you to the location. You can also add a file, take to the location, particularly a KML that you might have created using Google Earth or another such platform. To do this, click on the option and then choose your KML. In this case, we have a ready KML for the location of the East Necropolis of Cyrene in Libya. Click on it and either double click or click and press open. This will take you to the site. Close the Geometry Tools tab. And in this case, because it's such a large site spread over a wide area, here we can see some of the individual features on the satellite image, the structures of tombs. If we scroll out, we can see that it's part of a much larger site with modern development as well. Currently recorded as a single point, but we can change this to either record a line or a polygon to encompass the whole area, which is much more useful for management purposes. Click Add Geometry and Add Polygon and select a polygon, tracing it around the extent of the site. In this case, because it's such a large dispersed site, we're going to very roughly record around the edges. But with a more distinct site, it's much easier to record the exact geometry. So keep using left click on your mouse to record each point of the polygon's edge. And select the original point to close the polygon. We're left with the original point, but we don't want this. You should never have more than one shape type in your geometries. So we're left with the polygon. If we need to edit it at all, you can left click on any point edge of the polygon and click and drag to change the shape of the polygon. You can also right click, which will remove the last point that you created, and slowly delete the edge of the polygon if you need to change it more comprehensively. If you need to delete it, select the cross to the left. Next we move on to Grid ID. To find the Grid ID for your specific site, please refer to the Grid References KML for the EMENA database. You can choose to discard, edit or add. And again, as with many of these options, you can select on the entry and it will return it to the edit box if you need to make any changes. Next we come to the certainty of the location. How certain are we that this is the correct location for the site? In this case, we're going to select high. Although we're fairly certain of the site's location, we do not have exact coordinates provided in published sources. Now we're talking about the certainty of the geometry extent. That is, how certain are we of the way that we've defined the edges of the site. Here we're going to choose negligible because we have defined it very loosely. And on the resource summary page we would have selected user defined in terms of overall site shape. Again, a different option can be selected in other site types. Next we come to country, with the list of the countries within the EMENA area of interest. In this case, Libya. You can either select it directly from the list or you can type it in and click Add. Finally we come to topographic setting, where we can add entries to indicate the type of topography in which the site sits. In this case, such a large site over such a wide area encompasses a number of different topography types, and we can add multiple entries. This includes valley terraces, which you can see in the north part of the site, but also slopes and flat plain plateau areas. If we're happy with the record we created, click Save Edits. If you want to change everything or discard everything, discard edits. We want to click Save Edits. That'll take us back to the top of the page and save the record. Then we move on to the next necessary tab.